Alright, what's up everyone, Jomatech back with the second video of Linux Gooner terminal tutorials. We are back in the Kali Linux, the Gooner Kali VM, and today we are going to be going over Linux file directories as well as navigating the directories. Now, what's going to be included in this tutorial, we got understanding the Linux file system structure based off of the root directory, which we'll get to, as well as simple navigation of directories. So without further ado, let's get right into it. We're going to start off by right-clicking or clicking on the terminal icon up here, and then clicking open terminal here. Boom. Alright, we are in the terminal. And now what you want to do, because I believe we cannot access... Oh, okay, we can actually access the root directory here, which is just this little thing here. On Windows, it's usually your C drive and then colon dash dash. Usually looks like this, but in Linux, it's just a /. So, alright, caps lock on. Let's do this again. We're gonna, as you can see, we are currently in the root directory here, and if you didn't think you were, you could actually use the command pwd, which you'd think it stands for password, but it's actually standing for print working directory. So if you hit enter, boom, it prints your working directory, which right now we're in root, so that lines up, boom boom. And to actually view the contents of the directory within the terminal, all you want to do is hit ls, which I believe stands for lists. We can actually man that real quick. Yeah, pretty much just list. So, perfect. Let's do that. We'll clear and then hit ls, and boom. These are pretty much the default root directory files here. We'll be going over a few in particular. Bin stores all the binary files of packages, so you probably won't be in there too much. Boot stores the boot folders and files needed to boot up the operating system. You have etc., which is for configuration files for packages and software. Home is for your users. If you do cd/home or ls/home, as you can see, I have two different users, and the home is where all their information is stored. As you can see, you have some other files here. You have image files, which are, again, software/operating system images, which is what this is, pretty much. We have lib. We have all these libs, which are libraries. I believe that's what it stands for. If we ls/lib, yeah, you got all of these packages, which are stored here. And if we actually ls/lib32, we have some packages that use lib32-bit, I believe, and lib64, I believe, is packages that use 64-bit libraries, which we only have one. So let's I'll clear the terminal, make it a little easier to read, and we'll go back. So we have lost and found, which let's see what that does actually. /lost and found. Oops. Cannot open. Permission to. And we are back. So let's see. Now that we did that, we can check out lost and found, which has nothing in there, which makes sense because I have no idea what that is. Media stores mounted drives, and so does mount, which are pretty much mountain drives are just external file or external storage devices, such as like a USB, the disk that you have here, which if you hit DF, I know this isn't file systems, but you can actually see all the stuff you have. Save df/h, it makes it in a more readable format. It tells you how much stuff you have available, how much you have used, and where it is mounted on for all these file systems. Pretty much mounting, again, it's just attaching a file system from an external drive onto the operating system. So, okay, I don't know how that worked. I guess L is just another form of list. So we have opt, which is optional software. proc, which is, I believe, stores all the processes, but I could be wrong. I actually am not in there too often. Root is where we were just at, that has admin only files and all that. You have run, you got spin. You aren't going to be using too many of these, but a few others to go over is var, right here, which stores logs and variable data, which is useful for debugging and logging purposes, even though that's in the name. User installed software in binaries, so this stores your combined software and libraries, where these only store them based off of the bits, I believe. And these are just old VM things I was working on, so don't worry about that. These shouldn't be on your system right off the bat. So yeah, that's the basic main file system structure. Now to actually navigate these, I mean, you saw a bit, you can actually ls and go into a directory, like you can ls/dev, boom, you got all the stuff in /dev. So you can do that, but we can also do a few other things with ls. If we clear this, we can do ls/l, which gives us the long list of everything in here. These strings of numbers, or not numbers, these are letters, are the file permissions for the folders or files. We'll get into that in a later video. I'm not going to have enough time to cover all that. That's why we're only covering navigating directories and the basic file system structure. So you got that, you have who created it and who last edited it, which is both root, because yeah, these were made on the first installation, and I have not edited these. I believe these are the actual storage sizes, or how much is stored in the actual folder. Last time it was edited or created. I believe this is last editing date, and then the name of the file here, as well as the directory if you're curious. So that's the long lists. You can also do ls/l or /a to view hidden files, which are hidden with a period at the end, and we have none here. But you can actually do ls/l/a to view all the files, again, in the long list, as well as the hidden files, which we do not have any of. So yeah, but they are used with periods. So we can actually test that by making a directory. I'll cover this more in a later video, but we'll do .touch, because why not? ls, we don't see .touch, because the dot makes it a hidden file. If we do ls/a, it's right here, .touch. I probably should have named it like exclamation mark or something so it would appear over here, but yeah, .touch is right here. As you can see, it doesn't show up in between temp and user if we just do a list, but if we do show hidden, you can see it right there. And if we do ls/l/a, there is nothing in here, pretty much. It shouldn't be. Yeah, so 4096 is just an empty file, I believe. That is weird. Anyway, so you can also do ls/lh to view human readable file sizes, which, yeah, these are file sizes over here, and it makes it more easier to read. Instead of it being in bytes, it's in, you know, kilobytes, megabytes, gigabytes. It just converts it for easier to read. Now, changing directories is next up on the list. It's actually pretty easy. All you want to do is hit cd, which stands for change directory. Actually, before I do that, I'll just get a few examples up here, and we can do cd/home, not gom, home, and boom, we are in the home directory. As you can see, if we ls, again, home stores all the user files and folders. You see my personal user and the default user. So you can do that to navigate into a directory. But how do you navigate out of a directory? Well, you can either specify the directory that you want to go to, or you can do cd ... which moves you back one. So as you can see, that did the same thing. cd/ brings us back to root, and because /home is one after root, if we do cd ... we're back to root. As you can see, we have all these files or folders back. For absolute path navigation, that is actually just this again. But you can also do multiple in the same command, like /home, /Cali, not Cali, and boom, we are in the Cali user directory, as you can see. So that's how you would do that. As you can see, print working directory, we are in there, and then cd ... Oops, cd ... will bring us back to root. You can also do that as well, multiple ... to go back, multiple different file paths. To go also to the home or root directory, you can either use cd as well to bring you back to your home directory, or if we just go back to root, we can also do cd and then the little squiggle, and we are back here. I don't have many folders in root because I usually don't use root, but as you can see, you would see all your files for that user home directory. You can also do cd- to go back to the last directory you were at, as well as print the last directory you were at. So cd boom, we're gonna go back to the user directory because you were just there, then back to root, back to user, back to root, back to user, and so on and so forth. You can just make an infinite loop. So yeah, that we're only gonna cover that small portion today, because there is so much more to cover. We have to do managing files and directories next time. We have to do searching for files, as well as viewing file contents, working with permissions, monitoring and unmounting drives. And yeah, there's still a lot to do with the file system, but I don't want to make a very long video. Well, for you and my sake, because I don't want to edit an hour-long video. You guys probably don't want to watch an hour-long video. So yeah, hopefully this helps you a bit in navigating the terminal directory. Also, if you do not want to do this at all, you can actually just open you can also just open File Explorer, which is this icon up here, but for some reason I can't access it. I can't click up there for some reason. I don't know why. This is a virtual machine, so that might be why, but yeah, you can just access everything here as well. You got templates, you got all the good stuff, and yeah, that's how you would do it normally, but terminal is so much easier. Or not easier, it's more efficient and cooler, in my opinion. But yeah, that's all I have for you guys today. Oh, excuse me. Hope to see you later in the next episode, which should be in a couple weeks, because 1 week I post on my other channel, the other week I'll post on this channel, and so on and so forth, hopefully. So yeah, talk to you guys later. Drama Tech out. If you want me to cover anything else, let me know in the comments below, and yeah, see ya.